Three, go. Go, go.
Hello and welcome everyone to Football Freestyle, episode number 2. What's up, Sagar? How you doing? How's your week been? Let me
Not
start with that first.
not too bad. Lots of games had to watch. Something minor happened on Friday, I guess, right? For every Manchester
Minor.
United fan.
I have no
And
clue what happened on Friday. People,
yeah,
like, I don't know what
like
happened.
it was not that big of an issue or anything like that. But yeah, Friday was something. And we had the Champions League draws as well. So yeah, lots
Yeah,
to
Champions
discuss.
League. Champions League draw was a big thing on Friday, right? That was the most talked about
Yeah, for
event.
sure, for sure, absolutely. I think it was the biggest thing for the week, for sure,
And
for all
maybe
the
Man
football fans
City
across the world.
and maybe Man City missing out on another forward, I think.
Yeah,
It
they
was
had trifecta of failures.
because
They
Daniel
had,
Levy sort of said no to them
yeah,
on
yeah.
Friday. Was it Daniel Levy or did someone else also say no? I don't know. Like
I
I have
think,
a hard time remembering.
yeah, I think so. Man City lost out to Messi, Kane, and someone not that big. So yeah,
Do you think we should reveal the name? I think people already know about
yeah.
it. It
Everyone
didn't-
knows. Everyone is aware of that news for sure.
yeah. So this Friday, like before we move on to any other news, Cristiano Ronaldo re-signed for Man United, and I think like all of us football fans, like everybody out here in the West,
Yeah,
they were sleeping when the news broke out,
that is
and
true.
people when they were waking up, phones were just blowing up. There were like messages all over the place, Instagram, Twitter posts. Everybody had just one name on their mind. That was Cristiano Ronaldo. Like
Yeah,
he literally broke the internet.
I think I got a little lucky with the time zone because I was kind of almost a little bit into the day when the news broke out. So
Mm.
got to catch a little bit of the action on Twitter because it was exploding for no reason. Like everyone was in a frenzy trying to figure out is it really happening and what is the progress on it. Like everyone was monitoring. I think Fabrizio Romano on Twitter, he like stalking him on different channels, trying to figure out when we can hear the "Here We Go" quote from him. So yeah, pretty exciting though. Yeah, I
I
was
think
sulking for sure
was it
at the
was it
beginning.
was it you? Yeah, was it you who sent me a message first thing in the morning saying it's coming home, and I'm like, what's coming, what's coming home? I was like almost expecting some package or something,
Yeah,
but then you send in the other message as well,
that is
like a
true.
CR7 back to United, and I remember talking to one of our common friends, Varun, who may or may not join us. He takes a long time getting ready to
Mm.
come in front of the video, so he'll act like a diva when he comes on. But and he also said that I make poor jokes. So if I do make poor jokes, please point that out on on the comments section,
I
and please do send me some good jokes so that I can be better.
Yep.
But anyways, so I was talking to Varun, and we were discussing about how Cristiano Ronaldo is a great fit for Man City.
Mm.
Right. And I, as a United fan, I was like, hey, you know what? I've done enough sulking. And at this point in time, I really don't care wherever Cristiano Ronaldo joins. He's not going to break my world. He's done enough for United, and I love him for what he'll do.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, he'll go to Man City, team with realistic chances of winning the title, Premier League, and also going, towards the final stages of the Champions League.
Mm.
And maybe he'll get more chances to win the Premier League Golden Boot, maybe the European Golden Boot, and some other personal honors. So I was like, okay, if that happens, it happens. It'll break my heart.
Yeah.
But what did you think? You said you were also sulking. Like, what
Yeah.
what
No,
was really going through your mind?
I think I was very disappointed to hear the news for sure, right? First things first, when we heard that he's going to select City as his next destination, I first thing that came to my mind was I became a United fan because of watching Ronaldo do those things over the year, right? Like bringing Manchester United to a level where it became like a global brand for everyone. So finding out that he is going to play for Man City, which is going to be a huge win for them. It was not a good thing for a United fan for sure. But yeah, I could see the reason why he might have thought about going to City because no one else was putting in a bid for them. But I think yeah, so you completely like I completely lost the train of thought because you put something on the chat. So
Yeah,
no, but
I want him to put CR7's wallpaper
I'll
on
do
the
that.
screen. You know,
You go ahead.
we're talking about CR7 right now. Like let us just, for
I'll
people who
try to
don't know
find
who
something.
CR7 is,
Yeah.
for people who don't know who CR7 is, I'm like, let us show them what CR7 actually looked like playing for Man United, because it's been
Hmm.
12 years, 12 long years since he was last seen gracing the pitch at Old Trafford.
No, that
And
is
we got to
true.
refresh some memories of Man City fans as well, that hey, you don't buy legends, you have to build your own.
Yeah, yeah, that is for sure. That is a good point. Like you cannot just buy legends and create like history for your own club, right? Like you need to have their own. So that is absolutely true. I think and people were freaking out on Twitter and every other social media saying that he's a snake. He should not be doing that. He's disloyal to Manchester United. He's ruining his legacy here. But yeah, I think it was important for United to come in and make something happen for sure, right? Like it cannot just be that Ronaldo needs to come to United no matter what, or doesn't like just choose Manchester City over any other club. So I think I'm just glad with the fact that United put in a bid for him. And once we know that United came into the race, he's going to choose United. There was no other option for him to go anywhere else other than that. So that was really good. So I
Yeah,
will.
and before you guys think this is the Cristiano Ronaldo show, this is not the Cristiano Ronaldo show. It's just that this transfer news was
Yeah,
so
I think
huge and big, and so
let
I think
me.
it's very important for the Premier League to start gracing the best
Oh
players
no,
or iconic players again. It's been
let me
it's
try and
been a long
find
time
one.
coming, and
Go ahead. You can.
while Sagar searches for something decent about Cristiano Ronaldo,
I'm trying
I'd
to
say
figure out.
let me.
I'm trying to find the Manchester United official post. So
Oh,
that would
it's
be
on their
good,
website.
right?
It's on their website.
No, go ahead. You keep talking. I think it should be fine. We'll just see the Twitter
So while Sagar keeps
stuff
playing
here.
with the with his Twitter, you know, 2 weeks ago it was Lionel Messi who was the talk
Hmm.
of the town. Like everybody was going crazy over what Barcelona did, because that news shocked the world. Again, it
Right.
happened overnight. People were like, "Oh, Messi has agreed to a 50% pay cut. He's just won Copa America, and Barcelona has gotten Memphis Depay. They've gotten Sergio Aguero, who wanted to play with Lionel Messi." And all of a sudden, one fine morning, we hear this news that Barcelona cannot sign Messi because of some La Liga rules, and now they are letting go of Lionel Messi, which was huge, right? Because Messi defines Barcelona, the Barcelona that we all have grown up watching. Maybe not our elders, or not the 3 to 4 year old kids who would start watching Barcelona now, but especially for our generation, Barcelona has been defined by Messi.
Hmm.
And that was the big thing. But I think this one, Cristiano Ronaldo, just overshadows Messi's transfer as well, because it just happened overnight. Like Cristiano Ronaldo said, yeah, he does not want to play for Juve anymore. And Juve were like, hey, we are happy to let you go because, we are fucked up. Our finances are in a bit of a spot. So City, again, having failed to land their number one transfer target in Harry Kane, they were like, hey, you know what? We can get Cristiano Ronaldo. And then 2 3 days of misery for Man United fans all over the
Hmm.
world culminated in United actually signing Cristiano Ronaldo. So I have a question on this. Do you
Yeah. Go
think
ahead.
Glazers deliberately signed Cristiano Ronaldo to sort of stem the the flow of protests and the calls of dissent against them for their ownership model, for the way they've run the club, for some contentious decisions they have made? Is this their way to bring fans back on their side?
Hmm.
And if so, do you think this will actually bring fans back on their side, or do Glazers have to do something else in order to keep Man United the brand that it is and ensure that it evolves and does not stop growing?
No, that is true. I think I agree to that fact for sure. I was trying to find the Manchester United post, but it looks
Wait,
like
I'll give it
it's
to you.
lost.
Dude, I need
Um,
to give you a lesson in posts.
so I think yeah, the protests that happened last season with regards to Glazers not being efficient for the club. Oh, so I found it actually. So you're good. Okay. Um, and like once I said, right, when Ronaldo became available and everyone got news of the fact that he's going to decide City, and now everyone is kind of thinking maybe it was a ploy by Jorge Mendes trying to incite some kind of response from United and try to get in a bid for him. If that is the case, that is brilliant, I would say. But yeah, United had to come in and make sure that uh, we are putting in a bid for Cristiano Ronaldo and kind of trying to make this move happen as quickly as possible. And I think kudos to Glazers and the management team who was able to do it really quickly. Like you said, like it was like in matter of hours, the deal got done and everyone knew that Ronaldo is coming back home. So this is the Manchester United post I was talking about, and you see the number of likes it has gotten, like 1.9 million likes.
Hmm.
And this kind of shows, right, the pull Cristiano Ronaldo has on football fans. Like even I saw on social media Manchester United fans popping up, and Varun was actually, I was talking to Varun as well regarding this, and he was pretty furious as he is a Liverpool fan that there are new United fans popping up everywhere because of this move. So it was bound
Like
to happen, right?
he's furious. He's furious, or is he furious about Kylian Mbappe 2022 to
Yeah.
Liverpool
Yeah, that's an
not
inside joke,
happening
but
anymore?
yeah, that's an inside joke. But absolutely, I think he's just furious with the fact that Liverpool are not making any moves in the transfer window. But yeah, but the real question is for you. How do you rate Manchester United's transfer window? I know we have like two more days, 3 more days for the window to close. But how do you rate the three signings we have already had? Like at least Manchester United have had.
Again, I would like to say this is not the Manchester United
That
show,
is true. I
but
just realized
I
that.
would,
But yeah.
since you're on the topic, and we'll cover other teams as well. Man United's transfer window has been good, I would say, compared to the transfer windows that we had, over the past 2 seasons. We were deliberate in the kind of players that we wanted. So we brought in quality players in Sancho, Varane, and then Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, my only grudge in this transfer market, you'd be like, hey, Ashish, you're so ungrateful. Man United brought in three quality players. We had to buy three quality players, and we needed players, in the center back, someone in the right wing position, or someone who could provide assists or create chances. But we know that there is a glaring hole in the midfield
Hmm.
that has not been addressed. And right now we are top heavy. And in the game that we saw today, and we'll cover that game in a bit, it does not matter how many attackers you have up front if your midfield is shit
Yeah.
and you restrain your creative players by asking them to just stay back, then you're putting yourselves in a hole. And that sort of leaves me in a bit of a spot. It's a great transfer window, but this one glaring hole will decide our faith in the Premier League. I don't see us winning the title as a
Absolutely.
result of three amazing signings. So
No,
to me, I'm
absolutely.
like, I have that tinge of disappointment, but I'm excited to see Cristiano Ronaldo back.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. Let's not get into Manchester United in detail, right? As of
Hmm.
now, let's take a look at the Premier League games that happened over this week before the
Do you wanna
what is it
do you
called,
wanna wait for
international break.
You want to wait for Varun to join in
I'm
first,
waiting for
or
his response, but I don't think he has responded to my message. So we might as well just start and go into. Let's start from the top, right? Like as we come along the City and Arsenal game, we can start from
okay?
there and just go down the list from there.
So let's start with Man City Arsenal. And with Man City Arsenal, I have got to say that Arsenal have done a great job.
Hmm.
From they started up front, like they were number top in the table when the league started, and then they lost a few games and went down to I think they were at 18th position,
Mm-hmm.
and now Norwich is over Arsenal,
Yeah.
having lost 3 games. Arsenal has lost 3 games. They are at the bottom, and I think at this point in time they've had a pretty disastrous start.
Hmm.
But I don't want to put any blame on Mikel Arteta because A, his players were sick and out injured in the first 2 games, and then C, it was Man City that they were playing against,
Hmm.
and Granit Xhaka for whatever he did,
Yeah, that is
like
true.
he that put on even more misery. But I think this Arsenal team should have done better against City. 5-0 is not
Yeah,
a result I expected.
absolutely. I think you're absolutely right there. Like Arsenal fans, at least the fans which that I know have had conversations saying that Mikel Arteta should be sacked or something like that. It's kind of like an overreaction, I would say. Like what you were talking about. It's not Arteta's. I know it's up to some point he needs to take responsibility for those losses, but Arsenal were also not graced with great fixtures, right? Because the first game, everyone thought, yeah, Brentford, new, newly
I mean,
promoted club,
you're
they might
getting
get
you're getting
something.
you're getting Brentford to play in the first game for God's sakes.
I know
You've been graced you've been
that is
graced with an easy fixture to start with, I would say.
no, that is fair. Absolutely, I'm not saying they shouldn't have won that game, but the fact that they a new club promoted to the Premier League. I'll just admit Varun into the call and see if he
Guys, I'm like
is.
really excited. This is the only guy who'll come into a football chat dressed as a professional, suit and tie. And no, he's
Hello,
not
hello,
saying anything.
hello, hello,
Hey,
hello. What's up?
how are you guys doing? There's a small problem with my camera, so I don't know what's wrong.
Dude, does it happen only when you're supposed to come up on a video? The problem crops up,
It's
no,
or
actually, no. I'm not on my I'm not on my office laptop. I'm on my personal laptop. It just says that the camera is not working.
got it.
ooh,
Yeah.
That's cool.
dude,
How's it
you got to
going?
change some settings. There's
No,
a
I think
setting.
the surface is kind of messed up. I'm planning to buy a new laptop.
Yeah, let's get into details about which laptop you should buy. No,
Bro, you're a computer science engineer. What are you doing, bro?
computer science
Dude,
engineer.
camera and stuff putting you off.
I can bring the other laptop, but it's just like too much work.
So,
Okay,
Varun,
so
we were actually talking about the City Arsenal game
oh yeah, and
and
before
starting
before
off with some
viewers
banter.
before viewers know this about Varun, this guy is a Liverpool supporter who has more Manchester City apparel
Merchandise.
than
Yeah,
he owns, Liverpool stuff. So he's like
kind of a City fan. No, Varun?
a glory hunter. So when Liverpool does well, he's a Liverpool fan. Season when Man City does well, he's a Man City fan.
Would you
Thank you,
agree?
guys. I think you did my introduction pretty well. I need not go too much into it.
No, that is not true. I
And
don't
I have a
think
feeling he's wearing that Man City, jacket. That's why he's not turning on the camera.
No.
that's a lovely jersey though. Huh? It's a lovely jacket though. No, I hate it, buddy. We are talking about the City Arsenal game. Did you kind of get a chance to watch it, or like have any thoughts
No,
about
actually,
Arsenal
not.
as a whole?
Actually, no. Watch the City game. It was too early here. It was like around
Hmm,
5 a.m.
that
But
is
I
true.
caught the highlights. It just looked like Arsenal just did not have. enough defensive solidity. Once they went 10, I think they started well. There was a chance early for Saka, I think,
Yeah, it is in
and
the first
then
5 minutes. Yeah.
yes, after that, I think I mean City did get a hold on the game, but once Xhaka got sent off, it was just too much for them to hold. City, first of all, don't give you the ball when you play with 11. So if you're
Hmm.
playing with 10, just like
Yeah,
it's a matter of
it's
time
very
before
difficult.
they
Yeah.
move the spare man around in your midfield and your defense and try to open you up and put at least two, three past you. So that's and Arsenal don't have that kind of defensive shape. Like we saw it with
Hmm.
Chelsea where they went 10 men down. Still, there was not enough spaces to extract. They were very tight.
Right.
But for Arsenal, it's a different thing, and they just got opened up real bad.
But
Do you
but
think was that the
overall,
moment?
Hmm?
No, was that a moment where Mikel Arteta should have sort of changed shape? Because Arsenal was all over the place, despite having five at the back, right?
Yeah, I think I won't put the blame on Arteta. I just don't think
exactly.
whatever
Yeah.
he did, he changed shape or not, he wouldn't have made much of a difference because the three main people that needed to start were not there in the team: Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White, and Thomas Partey. So if you don't have that
Hmm.
defensive role, just bringing somebody else in, I don't think it would have really changed anything. Yeah, I just didn't see much to blame there. I just think that Arsenal had a difficult start. Now they have Norwich next, and other
How
games
how
that
many
they
how
should
many
play.
games do you think Arteta will survive if this form continues? Is it
I honestly
five,
think he has
six?
till what end of October, and if things don't pick up, it's pretty much.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so. I think it's 5 games, buddy. I'm pretty sure the
yeah,
next two
that
games,
is
if
end of
he
October. Right?
that is end of
That should be.
October, right? Yeah, that is fair. Yeah. So two more games. I think the
Okay.
next one is Norwich or something, and the one after that is easy as well. So if he does not get points there, he's
Yeah,
destined for the sack for sure. Um,
Wait, do you think that'll be a fair sack for Arteta, given that it's still a new team, not a new team, like some players have come in, they'll take time bedding in, and Aubameyang, Lacazette, they're still coming back from injuries. Would do you think that would also play a part in Mikel Arteta probably getting more games or staking a claim for getting more than 5 games before being eligible for the sack?
I think they have spent like over 130 million pounds, right, in this transfer window. I think they are the
Well, they've
highest
spent
spenders
more than
this
us.
window. Yeah, and they're not brought in a player who you can say will grab the team or grab the game by the scruff of the neck and actually win them games. They've they've invested in those young players for the future, and I don't know how well Arteta is doing behind the scenes or like what his ideologies are, but yeah, I think if he does not get results in the next 2 or 3 games, he should be sacked for sure. Because eventually this is a results business, right? You cannot just rely on the fact that we will eventually get some results, maybe a year down the line. It cannot be that.
That's fair point. And I would say at this point that's enough talk about Arsenal. What do you think about Man City? Like, do you think without a striker or with just 2 days left, sort of 2 days left in the transfer window,
Hmm.
can they still get in a striker this window, or are they good enough the way they are to get going in the league?
Good.
I think City should be good enough for um, back-to-back leagues. I think
So you
they're
put them as title winners?
yeah. I think Chelsea and
Ah,
City are front runners for title in my
I
opinion this season.
see. Okay. Okay. Good.
Uh, I
I'm
think
telling you.
they, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was like, I'm telling you that secret, man. Man City is
No,
like coming
I'm,
up.
I'm bringing that up because I think even in last season, Aguero was out quite a bit, and they played
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
boxing with
But I
Jesus.
think
And
KDB also is having a lot of injury concerns this season.
yeah, KDB is anyway came back late from Euros and he was injured, so he's on the road to recovery. I think he's
Hmm.
expected to be back.
Yeah.
the next month. So I think they'll be all right. I mean, there's nothing drastically changed. If you look at it, they have a
Yeah.
title-winning squad and with Grealish to it.
Yeah. No,
So
yeah,
I
that is
don't.
true. I think they have two title winning teams. I think we were discussing last time. The 22-man squad they have is decent to get into top four for sure, right? Like both the teams can easily get into a championship battle. So I think you're right. Like City might not have a problem with the lack of number nine, out and out number nine. Uh, Gabriel Jesus oddly has done really well on the right wing. He has gotten two assists, I think, over the last two games and gotten a goal as well. So he's doing well. I think yeah, I think Varun is right. City will
I think
definitely
what will
mount
be
a title
interesting.
challenge.
I think what will be interesting is what they do with Sterling. There's been over the summer a lot
Hmm.
of news
Yeah.
about him being offered around. And if there is a club that's found for Sterling, then I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure they'll bring somebody in. And
Hmm.
Sterling has been in and around the fringes and has been having a drop of form. And then he
Hmm.
kind of played himself back to form in the Euros.
Hmm.
Even now, I think he's not like a guaranteed starter. So that might be the last roll of the dice with Sterling transferring somebody coming
That is
in.
true.
But if at all they don't do anything there, I think they're pretty much set. They might look revisit again in December. I think winter.
Hmm.
Do you think Liverpool should go back in for Sterling?
I've seen that quite a bit. Honestly,
It's a
I
season of coming home.
if you put aside all kind of biases and like stuff that's happened in history, I
Hmm.
think for sure he would improve our team. But I
You take
don't
him
ever
back?
see.
Would
Personally, I would not, but
hmm.
I would not deny that he would improve the squad. My point is that overall, it's just not going to happen. So there's no point pondering what if there.
But if City is trying to offload, it would be for something really cheap, no? I'd like,
I don't think so.
are they putting up really hefty price tag on him?
What's his contract like? Like, does he have a long
Maybe.
contract left, or
I think yeah,
because I
they can
think
move him. But yeah, I think you're right. You can definitely go back to Liverpool and improve the squad for sure. I think that segues us into this. Let's talk about the Liverpool Chelsea game as we have Varun on the call and just get his thoughts and impressions about the game. What did you kind of feel about the game, Varun? What do you think the 1-1 result was
yeah,
fair?
that was like a
I think it was a fair
big game.
result
Hmm.
overall. I have like a lot of viewpoints on the game, but I'll just try to summarize very succinctly. I thought the first 20 minutes we started off really positive, and then
Hmm.
Havertz's goal rattled us, and we were kind of clueless till I think the red card,
Hmm.
and then their momentum picked up. We went straight to the break, came back,
Hmm.
were like all guns blazing till 60, 65 minutes, and then we found out, oh god, they made some tactical subs with Kovacic and
Yeah.
Kante. Of I mean, Kovacic came on, and I think they even put in Kante there, if I'm not wrong.
I
Hmm.
think Kovacic is press resistant, right? And that
Yeah,
sort of play like helped Chelsea soak in that pressure that Liverpool's so good at putting in.
How
yeah.
many? I think
So
Liverpool had like 23 shots on goal or something like that. Like some ridiculous amount of
yeah, but none of them
shots
were
on
like threatening. I thought it was just
goal.
like
Hmm. Yeah.
stat padding mostly.
Hmm.
But if you saw, I think at like the 46th minute, he took out Havertz and put in Thiago Silva. So one more
Hmm.
center back in the already they had Andreas Christensen, Rudiger, and I think Aspi.
Yeah.
He put in one more center back, and then he took out I think Kante off and put Kovacic on.
Yeah.
So they were really locked in with a back five and a
Hmm.
bank of four ahead, and they don't really give any space. And even if you press Kovacic, he'll get you out of the press. So
Yeah.
basically, whatever we tried was like again and again patterns were hitting a blank wall, and after that, soon once we do that two three patterns, we look clueless through the game,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just even if we had another 45 minutes, I don't think we'd have found a winner. So it was
But
really going one way after that,
but don't
and
you
that's where
think
I
it
just want
kind
to
of
finish the point on this,
yeah, go
that
on.
I think that's where Liverpool are missing a trick with like a
Yeah.
midfielder in like
Yeah.
Coutinho slash
Hmm.
Saul ilk who can
Hmm.
take a pop from 40 yards and open up a game. You saw the Van Dijk shot from like
Yeah,
50
yeah,
yards,
yeah.
right?
I saw the Fabinho shot as well. I think he took a shot
Yeah.
as well, like from 40
So
yards, 45
it
yards.
kind of rebounded, and then somebody in the front three can create a chance
Yeah.
out of it. He was
Mm,
sorely missing that when a team as defensively structured like Chelsea sit back and decide to defend, we need somebody to unlock with that kind of shooting prowess from outside the box. We don't have
mm.
that profile in our or that kind of dimension in our midfield.
Yeah. No, that is true. I think the game also kind of highlighted the fact that Chelsea had the the backup or the squad they had was on show for sure. Like the amount of options that Tuchel had to bring onto the pitch was ridiculous. But on the other hand, Liverpool had Jota, right?
Jota actually came in early in the first half. I think Firmino went off with a hamstring injury. So,
Yeah, but other than that, who yeah, there was this lacking of an impactful substitute who can
oh yeah,
come
for
in
sure.
and make that change, right? I think yeah, that is a lack, like a point which Liverpool needs to address for sure. And do you feel it's going to be addressed?
I I still think
Three
one
more
player
days
will.
though.
Yeah, I still think one player will come in, but it's looking like super tight. So let's see.
But who is that
Wonder
player? Like
who's
you're saying Saul Niguez?
I doubt it'll be Saul. I just think unless Saul decides to lower his wages, I don't see it happening. It's way too expensive right now. He's
wasn't
Mm.
Saul going to Chelsea?
no Saul's Chelsea move has broken down.
It's a
Apparently, he
loan to buy
wanted.
option, no? Like it shouldn't be that
Right.
that expensive.
No, no, I meant like his weekly wages are around 300K
Ah,
plus. So, yeah.
I see. Hmm. So, like, are there
I
are
think
there any other players that Liverpool is looking to get in?
Uh, I, I think we've there was some strange rumors about Kia Jurbachen kind of like trying to get Coutinho back on a loan for a season, but
Hmm.
because Barca really need to move his wages out, uh, it
Hmm.
may happen. Klopp likes Coutinho. He never like really, uh, even though he let him go, he tried his best to keep him. I think he's a Klopp favorite. I
Hmm.
again think that's a bad move coming back in London tears, but uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's definitely if we have no other option and we are so hands tied in the market,
But
it's something.
when they give you that different dimension that you lacked against Chelsea, like somebody who can unlock defenses or create a moment of magic or brilliance, something that Salah, Mane, and Firmino have sort of failed
Yeah,
to do
Hmm.
yeah,
in the recent future. I would say they can produce that, but they haven't done that in the
yeah.
recent past.
I agree. I think a loan move with no kind of obligation to buy is the best thing to do.
Yeah, and I
But
think
isn't
it's a
that his last
little.
season, anyways?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think his contract's up after this.
Our contract is up. Yeah, I think it's also unfair to put like an 18-year-old kid, lot of pressure on a 18-year-old kid to deliver on the pitch. He can easily like gradually be introduced to the game. He definitely has talent, right? Like the Harvey Elliott kid. I don't quite know a lot about him, but he looks like a player for sure.
Yeah, I think with Harvey Elliott, it's interesting. He was always groomed the previous season in all the cup games to be the replacement in Salah's position in our system. So he used to usually when
Salah's
Salah takes,
position. Hmm.
yeah, he used to play right wing.
Hmm.
But then what happened is we quickly realized he doesn't have the dimension of pace on the right wing.
Hmm.
So he is kind of like playing right mid right now. So one thing I kind of don't like about this Harvey Elliott experiment is because you're so groomed to kind of mimic Salah's plays. When Salah and Elliott play together, they
Hmm.
kind of get into each other's way in similar moves. So they're not really like complementing. He's kind of like moved from a winger to a midfield and he's being used there. In
Right.
preseason, he was groomed to play midfield. Whereas all his actions is very similar to Salah tucking in, trying to move in, and both kind of are similar in that mold. But I think over time he'll know to stop that. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but
I
he
agree
has
with
he
you.
has the
He's got
passing
good.
range for sure, no?
Huh? Yeah,
He has the
he's
passing
got good
range, yeah.
on the skill ball. Like he's
Hmm.
got very good ball skills. So, but it doesn't mean that he should play all 38 games.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
probably
for sure,
should
yeah.
play 12 out. Yeah.
He's just 18 years old, man. Like, yeah, he needs
Yeah.
time. Yeah, for sure. So,
What do you guys
yeah.
think about Stuttgart?
Good.
That's been like the biggest controversy this week.
Who is that?
Yeah, quickly,
Sorry, I
did you
didn't
think it
catch
was
the
like,
name.
The biggest controversy.
Yeah, the red card.
Oh, the red card. Oh, I
for
kind
Reece
of
James.
missed it. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Wasn't
think
that a red card? Didn't he stop the ball with his hands?
I thought it was a red card. I mean, I just
I
didn't
felt
know.
harsh about it though. Like it was a little harsh, right? Because I think I'm not sure who brought that point up. I was watching Tuchel's post-match interview, right? He mentioned a good thing that maybe it's a red, maybe not. But the fact that the referee took like a second just to make the decision was incorrect, right? He just looked at the freeze frame and made the decision in a snap. I don't think that is fair. He could have easily like looked at the whole sequence of events and then made a
Mm.
decision. Maybe then, yeah, if you give a red card, that is fine. I I I would say like yes, that's fair or something like that. But yeah, just looking at a image and then making a decision, I don't think that is fair. Maybe he might
Did
have changed his mind or something like
did the referee give the red card originally and then check
No,
war, or
no,
was it
no, no,
like
no, no. He didn't give a penalty up first.
the
So
referee
he
missed the
yeah,
entire play.
yeah.
I feel like
was
that's a common argument that still frame one.
Hmm.
I agree with you, Sagar. I thought it was harsh on first viewing when I was watching it live, but then later on analyzing the
Yeah,
result and reading through the rule,
yeah.
it looked like the rule was
No, I
right
think
there.
yeah,
I
you're right.
remember there was the same incident that happened last year,
Hmm.
not last year, but the year before that, in the Chelsea versus City game where
Hmm.
City lost the title.
Yeah,
Fernandinho does the same thing on the
yeah,
line,
yeah,
and there's a red and penalty. And
yeah.
this was right after the COVID restart, so it was always been there. It's just that I think what is the bias here is that the first time it hit the thigh, but
Hmm.
people fail to realize that the second moment where Reese kind of
He
scoops the
moved
ball
his
out,
yeah, moved the
that
hand
is what
towards the
was
ball.
in the
Yeah,
red and not the
yeah,
first try.
yeah, yeah. I think that is absolutely true. Like maybe the whole sequence of events demands for a red card. But yeah, just making the decision looking at a freeze frame does not quite make sense. Like
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
was
help VAR.
surprised by the fact how quickly he made the decision. I was watching
Yeah,
the
it
game
doesn't
live,
help
right?
VAR's reputation in the game
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Like he went to the screen, he saw the image where I think Reece James' hand was near the ball, and he just came back, gave the penalty and a red card to him immediately. Like maybe he has had a conversation, like someone in his ear might have told him about the events, but it didn't quite feel right in that moment. But yeah, yeah, maybe a red card for sure. But it would have been really exciting to see the second half with 11 versus 11. It would have been fun for sure.
I think Chelsea would have nicked it had it been 11 versus 11 because they would not have gone that defensive, and
Mm,
they clearly were a good side
yeah.
without that red card. So Liverpool got lucky with the red card, I would
I
say.
think the 11 versus 11, I slightly disagree. I think 11 versus 11 would have made it an open game.
Open game. Yeah,
Then,
that is
yeah,
true. Yeah.
the thing is that
It
even in the first half, it was half and half dominance. The first 20 minutes, Chelsea did nothing until the
Hmm.
Havertz goal. So it was really a game of that first half had two spells. So it
Hmm.
would have been a good game to watch. After it went 10 men, it was pretty much everybody knew it was going to be try to break the wall
Try
down
to
kind of.
break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think in the second half, Liverpool were attacking the cop, and so we would have definitely seen some action for sure. I think cr- like having crowds back in the stadium has definitely helped the game move along because earlier like people without any fans in the stadium, teams were just sitting back and making sure that you get a result or nick a result. Now I don't think that is the case. So yeah, you're right. Maybe things would have been different if it would have been 11 versus 11 for sure. Yeah, I think those were the two big games on Saturday. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. I'm just trying to
do
go through the
you
list. It's not that big. Those
do you want to
the
gloss through some of the other games like how about the West Ham Crystal Palace?
I didn't quite watch the whole game. I was just watching the replays or the highlights, and yeah, Antonio kind
Like
of looks like in the form of his life for sure. Like,
he's been I think he's been reborn as a striker. David Moyes has done some good work on
yeah.
him. And
Mm.
what about this Crystal Palace guy? Was that who's that guy who
Conor
scored two goals
Gallagher.
for them? Conor
Gallagher,
Conor
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Conor
Yeah,
Gallagher.
he's a Chelsea loanee.
Yeah,
Ah,
he scored both the goals for them in the second half,
yeah.
I guess. So that was
They're
good.
like
Yeah.
good goals too.
Mm. Yeah, the game overall had four good goals for sure. I think I was watching the highlights for that. It's pretty good.
But do you think this Crystal Palace side can survive this season under Vieira?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be tough for them if they keep like getting not get results in the next 3 4 games. It would be tough for them to come back because Brentford they have been getting results after coming up. So there's a lot of pressure on Crystal Palace and teams like that to get some results now and get some points on the board for sure. I think it's the same for I'm looking at the screen now, like the Leicester Norwich game, right? Norwich I think don't have any points as well in the first 3 games. And
Norwich, that's what we expect out of Norwich, right? They'll give you a good game, but then they will be relegated, and
mm,
that's
The
their
pro-
business model.
the problem with Crystal Palace is their squad is like super stale, and they've
super,
done nothing,
yeah.
nothing
Mm,
about it. And so many guys have gone out of contract too. I think
mm,
they missed a trick definitely with like getting Zaha cashed in and
yeah,
refreshing the entire
yeah.
squad.
Mm,
And now they're kind of stuck. I don't know who is going to give them that money to refresh that squad. They're kind of stuck
yeah.
there.
I think at one point in time Arsenal were interested. Maybe they could have just let him go
Yeah,
and bought some young players in for sure. Yeah,
exactly.
that is true. I think Norwich, Leicester, the same. I think Vardy scored both the goals, if I'm not wrong. If I'm trying to just remember what happened in the game. I think Vardy scored both the goals, and Norwich was denied an equalizer in the 93rd minute. If I'm getting it wrong, yeah, because of VAR, some decisions went against them, and they were denied. The Newcastle Southampton game was interesting. I think Callum Wilson scored, and
Hmm. Or
for
send
South,
Maximin 91st, and then
yeah, exactly, and Southampton got an equalizer in 95th or 96th minute or something like that.
96 minute.
Yeah, that is
I,
crazy.
I saw
It was a
Saint
penalty.
Maximin's.
A penalty, right?
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was a penalty.
Um,
But did you see Saint Maximin's celebration? It was like the
yeah,
game's done and
the
over.
game is
Like the
done.
guy
Yeah,
just practically jumped over the fence and went into the crowd. He couldn't
yeah.
stop himself.
Mm.
Actually, I follow ASM on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
and I think his motivation was a little different for it. He had tweeted the picture saying that it's so good, football should be all about these things. So glad to see the fans back and jump into them and
Ah, I see.
scoring goals.
I
So
see.
he seems like a player that I think this is his last season in Newcastle. I
Yeah,
don't see him
maybe.
being in Newcastle next season. He's really starting to take that step up to a big club.
Yeah.
I don't see Newcastle even surviving this season. So he he definitely will be a
Yeah.
Premier League player for sure. Like he has that quality, and
Mm.
probably Liverpool is like the level for him. No,
Mid
I
table.
think he's like one of the craziest trickster with pace. So definitely there's a lot of room to groom him. If he
Mm.
can start playing more focused, I think he's gonna be a big problem for many teams.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is true. I think the next game I can see is Brighton Everton. Everton. I think they have a really good player in Demarai Gray. He scored again. I
Yeah,
think 2 weeks running. I think he they
Dem
brought him from Bayer Leverkusen, right, Varun? If I'm
Demare
getting it
Gray
wrong. Yeah.
yeah.
wasn't he at Leicester? This guy Gray.
He moved he
He
moved to
moved.
Leicester.
Yeah. And yeah, he has
Yeah, he
scored
moved to Everton rather, not
yeah,
Leicester.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He scored two games in a row. Calvert-Lewin also got his goal from a penalty. There was a huge incident in this game actually. I'm not sure if you guys
Oh,
saw it. The
Richarlison,
the
penalty
right?
incident.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. What's
So
the thing? Is that like just because of the fact that Richarlison's in news for a potential transfer
no,
away
It's
from
like
Everton, or
they always had like Richarlison always has this. His temperament is very spiky.
Hmm.
So as soon as the penalty came, he took the ball and he wanted to
Yeah.
take the penalty, whereas the whole team knew the dedicated penalty taker was DCL.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it was who was it? Redmond? No, no, not Redmond.
No,
What was
it
his
was
name?
Townsend.
Townsend.
Townsend
Townsend.
trying to
Townsend.
punch the ball away. So funny to
He
see.
hit the ball away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to punch the ball away from him and give it to DCL to take the
Yeah.
penalty. But yeah, it is funny to watch the whole event. Uh, but yeah,
I saw the
eventually they
second half
came
of
out
that
winners.
game.
Yeah.
I thought Damari Gray was a real problem.
Oh yeah,
He was like
absolutely.
all over the place, and for
Hmm.
1.5 million pounds, maybe
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
that is true.
hay
Yeah.
fever.
Hmm.
But he was just unplayable that game. Let's see how he does rest of the season.
No,
What do you
that is
think
true.
of Rafa Benitez as a coach for Everton? Do you think he's the one to sort of steady the ship and sort of give Everton an identity that they have lacked over the years, going through different kinds of managers in Roberto Martinez, Ronald Koeman, and then who's the other guy? The Mauricio
Ancelotti?
something. No, before Ancelotti.
Oh, the Watford guy, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was supposed to be the next big thing.
I forget his name.
Like he was
Yeah.
there for a season, I think, and then he couldn't work his magic. Ancelotti came in and then left the club.
I'm trying to remember. Was it Kike Sanchez
Marco
or was
Silva.
it? Oh,
Marco
Marco
Silva.
Silva. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Do you think Rafa Benitez is like the right guy to sort of lead Everton,
I think
towards their ambitions at this point in time?
I think Everton's problem is different. I think the problem is they are a different kind of club with the wrong owner. Like Moshiri is really trying to do quick fixes every time and trying to do like act like a big club out of nowhere. And then when they don't get it, everything just falls. And there's so much instability there that Moshiri is now taking a step back and building Everton. He wants like Everton to overnight become
A
like a
big
Man
club.
City. Yeah,
Mm,
kind of like that. Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's just yeah, I think that's the problem. They have more like ownership issues.
that is
Yeah,
true.
because I felt that Everton had a good core of a squad, but then certain players that were brought in, they just followed the
Oops, I
manager
might have
in
locked it
Ancelotti.
up.
Oh yeah, I think seeing Rafa Benitez at Everton sort of
No, no, he's back. He's back.
oh, he's back.
Sorry.
I'm like, was Mashiri behind this pulling you off Google Meet?
No.
Oh, by the way, I asked people to send in some good jokes so that I could become better.
Oh my god. I felt bad for Sagar.
Yeah.
The one that the one that made me go pause it and watch it later was the Matty Cashman. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just had enough of
I
talking to
wanted
him.
to. I wanted to like
I'm out of here.
stop recording as quickly as
Oh,
possible. So no, that is true.
It was
uh,
so rehearsed, like he had that like in his
Yeah,
mind played for like 7 days. The
dude,
yeah,
moment he
yeah.
I
said it,
He
people
had
just
thought
laughed at
about this joke for sure.
dude, I had not like this is a disclaimer. I had not thought about the joke. It was like on the moment thing. It was an on the moment, spur of the moment thing. Like I had not rehearsed it.
then that's
But I'm
good. It's
I'm,
just you
I'm
need
like
to
good.
work on it.
I'm good with these things. I'm good with these
Ah,
things. Like bad jokes, dad jokes are my forte. I can like
Then you just need to work on delivery. If it was
delivery.
spontaneous, that's great, but it looked like it was super rehearsed.
now Saga didn't get the joke. I was like,
I
fuck.
was,
What
yeah,
is this?
I was thinking,
I was
yeah,
like,
I got off guard for like 5 seconds, like what? Cash, money, what? Yeah, no, that is. So I think, yeah. What are the other games I wanted to talk about? I think United Wolves. We talked about it a little bit.
Oh, you
Do you
already
want
finished with United goals.
Do you want
now
to
we
go
started
in?
with Cristiano Ronaldo, like
Mm,
the transfer that sort of shook the world of football again after Lionel Messi's move to
mm.
PSG, and we were like, how this transfer window has been so uh how would I say, not unpredictable, or almost like a window with its own mind, right? It's been throwing up surprises every other week.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think this has been a crazy window for sure. Like legends
Like
of
Harry
clubs moving
Kane.
I
around.
was just
So
Yeah.
watching Ollie's interview today, and
mhm.
it looks like I think the interviewer asking him what are your expectations out of Ronaldo, and the straight answer seemed to be he needed more goals in the box.
Goals in the box.
And
But who
my
is going to
question
provide that?
was, yeah, my
It's
question
not
is that
Fred.
yeah, my question is that I don't think United ever struggled with goals in the box, and I
Yeah.
think with Greenwood, he's like a sharpshooter. It's just that you could. I just feel like every time United are that close to building a proper title, uh, like not even like you go, you're like a title favorite squad. I
Mm.
wouldn't even say challenging. They do one step back and get distracted by such things. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I first thought with that change in the back room, I think there's a new guy in, right, instead of Ed Woodward. It looked like he
Mm.
added
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah.
forget his name. It starts with M, I think.
Richard
Mata.
Murtaugh.
Mata.
Mota,
Yeah.
yeah. So it looked like they were doing the right moves, and I thought the next, if at all they dip in again, it'll be for the midfielder to. You saw today how terrible double pivot was. You
Oh, it
absolutely
was shambolic. It was shambolic. I was telling Sagat the exact same thing. I rewatched the first 10, 15 minutes of the game during halftime. And I was like, fuck, what is Fred still doing there in those first 10 minutes? He should be taken off. He was like, he wasn't doing his job. Pogba was being restrained. And then Daniel James was also on the pitch
Mm.
somehow.
yeah. It's
And
just that was that double pivot with either Fred slash McTominay or both, or one of them with Pogba that doesn't work.
Yeah.
You need an NDD, you need some kind of a Neves profile in there.
That is
But
true.
you're so close, but you don't do that last signing to finish the
I
jigsaw,
mean,
and you move out and do something else.
Yeah.
And that
exactly. Like, attack is not a problem. We have a lot of attackers on the pitch who can score goals now. But if he brings in Cristiano Ronaldo, and Ronaldo, if he was watching that game, he'd be banging his head on the wall. I'm like, even I cannot score goals in this team because the ball does not move
Mm.
from midfield to attack at all. And it's one dimensional, like one dimensional,
one of the
sideways
thing I
passing
felt
and stuff.
today, the reason was I didn't think Bruno dropped in enough to link it when he saw it was not happening. He was more at the he was trying to do the attack more. He was
Attack.
always
Yeah.
online with the attackers, and he realized there was a void in midfield. But I didn't see him move down enough. He was still waiting for that
Yeah.
last move in the attack side of it, which kind of like your problem is midfield. Clearly, if you can address that, I think you'll be one of the title favorites in that. But
Mm.
Was Fred given that number 8 role today? Is what I'm trying to figure out because Fred was like not just staying back; he was running up as well. And then all of a sudden, you see him running behind Adama Traore, trying to stop him.
he was running
And
everywhere because Adama Traore was making him run everywhere. It was not a role
Mm.
given to him, I think. It was just that he was
I'm
getting.
like, and then Pogba was just caught in the middle. He couldn't move ahead. Like Pogba was like, "Hey, what do I do now?"
Yeah.
Right? He didn't know where Fred would turn up. One moment he's in Brazil, the next moment he's in Stoke, and then you see him like on the ground because Adama's just
Yeah.
ran past him.
Adama was such a chaos merchant, man. He was just killing
Uh,
that first half. If only the
I
end product
I
would
remember
have
like the
been, it would have
first
been
15
nice.
minutes where he pushed the ball and ran away from three players. I think that is the
Yeah, from
first
Fred.
chance they created. Yeah. And Pogba, right? Like they didn't even exist there. He just ran past them. He's crazy, man. I don't know what.
This Adama with, I think, on the city. Would you think city would be a good place for Adama to sort of grow and
I have a hot take.
uh
Adama should come to our team. I feel like he'll fit us better than the way we do.
Oh, Liverpool fans begin again. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for
oh,
sure. For
where
sure.
will he play? Wait, he can play behind Salah though.
No, I think he will. He can play in one of those attacking positions, right? I think
No, he
left
can
wing.
play alongside Jordan Henderson, no?
No, I think he can play the left wing.
But somebody was
Um,
telling me that not
Didn't he
somebody
play
was
left
telling
wing
me.
today? Did he play
He
left
played
wing?
left wing.
Trincao
Yeah, yeah,
played
he
today.
played left wing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mane is anyway through a trough. If you can put in throw in
Mm,
Adama here and there, I think it makes a decent shout. But
But then you have Diego Jota in that spot, right? In
Jota's
Mane's position.
more taking Firmino's spot in striking.
yeah, yeah, he's
Okay,
playing down
okay,
the
okay.
middle for sure.
What happened to that Minamino kid? Like he was supposed to be on the left, like deputizing Sadio Mane. Is he still in the squad?
Marketing strategy gone wrong.
Mhm.
Getting in like an Asian profile did work out. Is that what you're saying?
I just don't think Klopp trusts him in this move.
Trust him. Huh?
Really.
Mm.
Even if
He
he's there, he doesn't bring
he
him on.
didn't even get his
Even if he
chances in
can't score
Southampton, no?
yeah, even if he can't score, he doesn't
Mm.
bring him on. It's like I don't know why he's even there.
He's your
Yeah,
Van de Beek, just
yeah.
a cheaper Van de Beek.
No, but
Cheaper Van de
yeah,
Beek.
actually, yeah, that's true.
Like I was like Van de Beek sitting on the pitch. I would rather have him than Fred just running around like clueless and breaking play, turning up in positions he shouldn't be in. Van
Honestly,
de
I
Beek,
don't think it was Fred's fault entirely.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think if you put a double pivot and play Pogba who jogs around, and you have like
but
and you have
Pogba,
Anuma there who's a chaos merchant, you are asking for Fred to get battered.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
but
It is,
Fred's
yeah,
been
it
like
is
this
sad to
since
see.
the season started. Like Fred hasn't done well 3 games in a row now, and he plays 90 minutes every time.
yeah, but when you know that there's somebody who's gonna kill and overrun your midfield, you don't play a double pivot at the base with Pogba who doesn't give much of backup.
But
So,
was it Pogba's fault entirely? Like Pogba did not go up at all. It was as if like Ole asked him to stay behind
yeah,
and
even if
play
he
deep.
stayed behind, midfield got overrun entire
So that
halfway.
was a
Like
managerial decision that went wrong, no? I think the ideal starting lineup should have been Pogba on the left, Greenwood through the
Yeah.
middle, and Sancho on the right, and
Hmm.
the same position where Donny and maybe a Fred should have started with Bruno up top. I think that is a better settled midfield than having Pogba play there, who does not track back well enough. So
And
I think that
that's
is,
what Pogba wants to do, right? Like
yeah.
his best uh games at Juventus in France have been like a player who plays up ahead or player who has the freedom to move up and then also drop in to help out when needed, but just not stay there.
Yeah.
I think
No,
Pogba's best position is left,
yeah. I think he
where
plays very well
left
on that.
attacker,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he has no defensive responsibility. He can actually remember the position Coutinho played at Liverpool. He was
Yep.
kind of like a left midfield, but always attacking.
Yeah.
And he is free. Nobody cares. He doesn't need to mark. He doesn't need to track back. It's almost like a 10 push to the left. Kind
Exactly.
of like that. That's
Yeah.
Pogba's
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. I think that is his best place for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I think
Right,
Ashish,
you
we need
guys.
to
Premier League's
move it.
done. Champions League. Let's hit Champions League.
Yeah.
We
I
haven't
wanted
yet
to. Yeah.
discussed.
I think we can just talk about the Champions League groups really quickly and just get some thoughts. Let's see if I can fit this in. Trying to fit. No,
Do
won't
do
work.
F11, right? Function
Oh,
F11.
it worked. Wow, just worked. Great.
Do function F11 and it'll give you the whole screen.
Let's
I
go.
think what you had earlier was good enough.
Was
Yeah,
yeah,
that is good, huh?
like this is
Yeah.
this is this is what happens when you have three
Yeah,
computer science
work.
engineers trying to
This
make a
works.
website work,
This
finding
works
out
now.
where Zoom exists.
You see, this now is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Group A. And start off really quickly, and you
Dude,
can
where is
give your
Group A?
thoughts.
Oh yeah, I think these groups. Have you ever had a feeling that all of this is set up? Like Man City was supposed to meet PSG, and United was supposed to meet Villarreal, and Barcelona was supposed to meet Bayern Munich. Like
Hmm.
just to give those teams a shot at redemption. Like money versus money in Group A.
Are you questioning Branislav Ivanovic's ability to pick out the ball from that pot?
Yeah, I think the balls were like, yeah, yeah. I think they had different
Oh,
temperatures, which made him choose City and PSG together, and yeah, make it an
A good
interesting time.
conspiracy theory, Sagar.
Yeah, no, that is what happens, dude. You're not believing me, but that is what happens with teams who have money.
warm balls,
Yeah,
cold balls.
yeah, that
Dude,
is.
UEFA is pretty capable of pulling this shit, and
Yeah,
it's happened every year, like without fail.
City. I think City. Yeah, the group looks tough though, right? No, three teams, two
It's
positions.
I'd
I
say
think
Leipzig,
it's
A and
tricky.
B are equally messed up groups.
I would say
They're
it's
actually
uh,
tricky.
uh,
yeah.
Leipzig, I think they're losing Sabitzer as well to Bayern. I read about
It's
it today.
done.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
So
done.
I
Like
think they'll be weakened.
Bayern Munich has found another academy.
Mm.
Like they have two academies running, Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig now.
So
With RB Leipzig, they took
would you say City and PSG come out of that group? No.
easy,
Yeah. Yeah. I
easy.
feel as well.
Like
But
PSG
but
might finish up top.
the best group is Group B. No, Varun?
Oh, that's
Madrid,
amazing. That's like
Liverpool, Porto,
That's
and
like
AC
a
Milan.
throwback Champions League group, I think.
Yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
proper
Right. Yeah. I think all of them have won a Champions League. No, I think Madrid, Atletico have not
Atletico.
won.
all except
Yeah,
except Atletico,
yeah.
but
But
all of
that
them
would be
have played in the
interesting.
finals.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Be
This
interesting,
will
right?
be like Porto had a pretty interesting run last year as well, right?
Yeah, they beat Juventus.
Porto, yeah, Porto did well. AC Milan, I'm not so sure. Liverpool will overrun them with pace and everything. Anyways, the
Nah,
Italian league
that's
is bad.
AC Milan's actually playing good today, this week. I mean, sorry, this
Yeah,
season. And last season, I think
um,
they beat Cagliari 4-1.
yeah, I don't
AC
think
Milan's
so.
a pretty decent squad now. I think they've got some good balance, and with Ibra, they have a leader as well on the pitch.
And
Uh,
Giroud too, don't forget.
Oh,
that is
Giroud's
the
also there.
problem. No, that is the problem I'm talking about. The two
Like,
central forwards they have are like prehistoric forwards.
dude, that's what I was
So
thinking. I don't think they can play both of them together.
they cannot do. They cannot. I think the only player who has some chance in shining is Chalanoglu, if I'm not wrong. He is one.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's
Wasn't
there.
Kalanoglu like moving out on the free to some other club? Did he
No,
sign a new contract?
he's still there. And I think there is one more player. I keep forgetting his name. Though
Sandro
he's
Tonali.
yeah, exactly. So I think there are like a couple of players in the midfield who can have an impact, but other than that, I don't
I
see
feel like
AC.
for them, there are three important. Like, I feel like Tonali is good.
Mm.
Brahim Diaz as 10 is nice.
Brahim
And
Diaz is
then they
good. Yeah.
have Fico Tomori from Chelsea as centre back. So they
Mm.
have freshened it up a bit. But like you said, this striking
Yeah.
looks underwhelming. It's Giroud and Ibra, and it might just be the reason they go blunt.
Yeah. But Madrid is a real problem for Liverpool.
Dude, that Atletico Madrid both games will be at Chelsea's second half. We'll be put through the pain of
Yeah.
breaking that team for like two
Yeah.
full 90 minutes. I can already see that coming. It's
Mm.
like
Yeah. They'll try and get
It,
get a point here and there or
yeah.
get some decent result and
And they
decent
can win
fixture
on the
to win
counter
over
very
those.
well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they have
Mm.
will be an
It's good.
interesting group to see.
Luis
Yeah.
Suarez back to Anfield again, part two after Barca.
Mm. Yeah. That is interesting. No. Yeah.
Dude, first he came on from Barcelona, now he's coming in from Atletico.
Yeah. I think the
Dude,
other group.
why don't you bid for
Mhm.
Suarez? Like, just get him.
I think Suarez and our owners, it's a bridge that is burnt.
But
So yeah,
I see. Yeah. I
I
think
think
this.
we lost. It's common knowledge after a few years after he left that we lost. I think two sponsors because of Suarez and the racism
Oh, because of
incident.
his bike?
I
Oh,
see.
the racist
I
incident.
see.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
So
Yeah.
and I
So
think the
he has
owners got
become like a
really wrapped.
liability.
Yeah, the owners
Mm.
got wrapped really bad by
Ah.
corporate PR and everything, and then uh, there was a big time inquiry done within the club, and they had to set new
Hmm.
precedents for everything. So
Hmm.
I think Liverpool were equally, I mean, the players and manager was equally, responsible. They did the support Luis Suarez
Oh
campaign.
yeah. That was
Hmm.
So I don't think Luis Suarez is ever coming. This
No.
won't happen.
No. Yeah. That won't happen for sure. And the other interesting group is Bayern, Barcelona. I think those two again would go
in
for
Benfica.
sure. Yeah.
But Benfica is like a bogey team. They can. It's like they're like Porto,
Anyways.
right? They may just turn up and upset,
Yeah.
cause a few
Yeah.
upsets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so you guys said from Group A, City and Paris out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
City and
Mm-hmm.
Perez, and then
Group B would be Atletico and Liverpool.
on paper, I would say.
Yeah,
But I
that
have a
should
feeling
happen, no?
this group will throw up a surprise. I have a
Yeah,
feeling
even I
one.
Yeah.
think this group is not yet easy to call. they will be
Yeah,
stuck.
yeah. The group is really, really spicy, but yeah, I think. But ideally, that should be the case, no? Like
Yeah,
Atletico and Liverpool come
if
out
you
of
play
this
to
group.
potential, yes, but
Yeah. So Group C is Sporting, Dortmund, Ajax, and Besiktas.
this is a
Looks
meme group,
interesting.
guys. I don't even know
Mm,
who made this
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Even random generator
It's
would have missed this
why
group, I
is
think.
this group there?
Sporting Portugal. Like,
Yeah.
how does Sporting Portugal even make it
Why
to
is this
Champions
group
League?
there? Yeah, why is this group there? But yeah, Dortmund, Haaland will like again score like 10, 15 goals in the
He'll
group stage and make news there. Like he's some great thing.
Ajax can sort of progress. I don't know how Ajax is right now because of I
Ajax
think
have
they've
lost
scored
almost, yeah, almost everyone.
the core of that squad now.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
They still won the league comfortably.
But
That's league, right?
that's league,
Right.
no? So
Who from the Netherlands do you see here apart from Ajax consistently in the Champions League?
yeah. So
Yeah,
that
my
I
point
is
is they won it comfortably, so I don't
mhm.
think they're struggling as such. So.
The style of play has still stayed the same. Like even though they have lost their key players, they still play the same way. So that is something like uh,
And
to
they won today
that's
against
exciting.
Vitesse 5-0.
Yeah.
They have, I think Ajax was one team that will never ever have
Mm,
trouble.
yeah.
Uh, you know this guy, what's his name?
Van der
He's
Sar.
still there, Dusan Tadic. Uh,
Yeah, it is, and that is their
and
captain, no? Yeah.
you guys got to check out this player. I've always given free plug for this player,
Mm.
Gravenbuch.
Gravenberg. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just he's just insane midfielder. He's
It's
going to blow up
crazy.
in Europe in a few years.
Mm.
Minoreal was another client rather.
Yeah.
He
Orion Graverpuch.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's really good. And then Anthony has put David Neres out of the squad, and he's really a very
He's the
electrifying
same
player.
guy from Barcelona.
Uh,
No?
I I think he is a Brazilian. I don't know whether he was at Barca at some point.
I keep I'm trying to remember if there was someone. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But
No, that
yeah,
was Arthur. That was Arthur.
Arthur. Yeah, yeah, sorry, sorry, sorry. Yes, that is true. Mm. So who do you think is coming out of this group? Would you say ideally it would be Ajax and Dortmund, no?
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah. So
Ajax and Dortmund.
group
and
D,
Haaland with some new records too.
yeah, like 20 odd goals in the group
Yeah,
stage, like heating it up. Yeah,
that
that will happen.
Besiktas and Portugal are now vying for power in that group stage.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. The basic
I
thus
think
he'll
he
get
can
it.
easily beat that. So there is some number of goals in Europe, right? In
Yeah,
group stages. I think if
yeah.
he gets two more like these draws in future clubs, I think he'll be okay.
He'll annihilate these clubs for sure. Yeah. Group D is Milan, like AC, like Inter Milan, Madrid, Shakhtar, and some sheriff from I don't
Which,
even know what country that is. That is
which
embarrassing.
sheriff? Macedonia?
What is that? What is
I
that
think he's
club?
a Sheriff is Uzbek team. I think I'm not sure.
Ah, I see. So we have, I think I
Uzbek or
got a
you?
notification from Hangouts. We have 10 more minutes left to 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 wrap this up really, really, really quickly. So let's go.
I think
Okay.
we're doing good. But again, Inter Milan
No,
and Madrid.
the call would get cancelled in 10 more minutes. We don't have premium for this, is my point.
What are you doing, Sagar?
Come on, let's move it, move it,
Like
move it,
just
move it.
bill Varun. Send a bill to Varun.
Let's move it. So Group D is Inter Milan, Madrid. I think we can all say that.
I think
Group
Inter can
yeah.
come up
Group
despite their struggles.
Group E is Bayern, Barcelona, Benfica, Dynamo Kiev. Ah, crap. I think it's Bayern, Barcelona, no?
Bayern easy, Barcelona. Barcelona can also come.
Barcelona can fall,
How do
yeah,
you what
one
do you think
can
about
fall back.
Barcelona this season? Like they've been winning games. Memphis Depay has sort of taken up the mantle again. It's almost like he does not have that pressure on him
Hmm.
to deliver. He's he's becoming the talisman this season. You
Yeah.
see them doing good without Messi in the Champions League.
I don't think they'll go very far, but I think, like, I mean, they will go. I think they should be there in quarters, but beyond that, I think they'll have trouble. The team is not bad, but I just
Hmm.
think it'll take a season or two for them to be a solid force. I think Fatih has to step
Yeah.
in, and then there is Pedri who's really putting in good performances. I think it'll take a season or two, and they might add a few next summer. This summer, I just don't see them really going all out. And I
I
checked the Sheriff team; they are
Hmm.
from Moldova. My bad.
Moldova. Okay. Oh,
Moldova.
makes sense. Makes sense.
I was really
Okay.
expecting them to draw City. Usually, City gets the weekend draws.
Yeah, I think it should be City, Inter Milan, Shakhtar, and Sheriff, and
Yeah,
whatever. That
that
would
was
have been the
always.
ideal one. Yeah.
Dude, how is Real still here? Wasn't there talks of Real, Juventus, and Barcelona getting dropped out of the Champions League because they're still not denounced the European Super League yet?
I think they paid a fine and got back or something,
Yeah,
right?
they just
That's
got back.
one
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Mm. They just paid that fine and got back in again. Yeah. I think the last two
So you
groups
think in
good.
Group D,
Mm.
Real and Inter are going to come out, or Shakhtar might beat Inter
No,
because
dude.
Inter has lost everybody
Yeah, I think yeah, that is true. Inter has lost everybody, but they have
except
Lautaro Martinez and a couple of
that's it.
players who can.
Eden
They got
Zeko.
Dzeko, I think.
Edin Dzeko, yeah, yeah, yeah. They should have
Just-
enough to come out of that group. No, I think so.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
Do they still have the core of their squad intact?
yeah, they wrote Lukaku and Kimi. That's it. I think
yep.
Oh,
Hakimi.
Barella will
Hakimi
go.
and
Yeah, I think the last two groups. What are they? Villarreal, United, Atlanta. That is going to be interesting. Never know with United. They can
I think this
drop
group
out
we
of.
should we should get out of this group now. It's been
It's
dude.
yeah. We
When was
should
the last time
easily
we
come
saw
out
Man
of this
United?
group. Yeah.
When was the last time we saw Man United play in the round of
But
16?
you never know, dude.
Or
Like they can lose to Atlanta and draw with young boys and make it impossible to come out, or like or
yeah,
depending all on the last game, they
dude,
can make anything happen for sure.
I have full faith in Solskjaer that he will go with a double pivot against young boys as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Like and I have a feeling Ronaldo might just drop and become a CDM to
yeah.
carry that job.
But
Dude,
how
actually,
about
that group is
good?
not that straightforward now that I think about it. I think
Yeah,
Villarreal, United, and Atalanta.
Atlanta.
Like,
Atlanta is really good, huh? Atlanta
yeah,
is like was like the underdog of last Champions League.
But
They
Atlanta is
played
done,
really
right?
well.
They've also lost. They've also lost their players, no?
Mm. Yeah, but they still have players who can
Atalanta lost their centre back, right,
center
to
back.
Spurs. I forget his name.
That was yeah, I know who you're talking about. 50 million for that guy, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Keep forgetting his name. You're right. Mm.
Romero, is
Yeah,
it?
Christian Romero. Christian Romero.
Christian
Yeah,
Romero.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Plus, Atlanta play an open game, so I think these are the games that we do well in, anyways. Like
yeah, yeah.
their
We
style
play
of play
really
will
good
play
with
into our hand.
Leeds. Leeds kind of game they have as well. So we
It's the
might be.
Villarreals and the young boys that I'm worried about because they will come here to sort of park the bus. But young boys, we beat them in Europa. Remember that
Hmm.
was Ollie's first full season. We did
Yeah,
well against young boys.
yeah. How about you? I think it's fairly
That
straightforward Group
that
H,
group,
no?
yes, it
Yeah.
explains itself. I
Mm.
think they'll finish in that order as well.
So, yeah, so to wrap things up really, really quickly, who do you guys will win the Champions League? Is my question as we wrap this up.
Like on paper, PSG and Chelsea, I see them going far again. Maybe Bayern
Choose
in the
one.
semis.
Just choose one.
I would say Chelsea has a decent chance because of the way they defend.
Okay. How about you,
I
Varun?
think Chelsea, just because uh, if Chelsea win the Premier League, which I think they can,
Hmm.
so rest assured, I think they'll get Champions League too. It's just like they're in that cusp of what we were. once we won the Champions League, you just get better after that.
Better.
They'll
Yeah, yeah,
go,
yeah,
they'll either hit one of the two, I think Premier League or Champions League.
yeah.
It'd be silly to write them off. And they're very difficult to beat. Like, you just can't score against them. So
Mm,
in knockout competitions, you need those kind of teams that won't let easy goals in.
yeah.
But once you get one, then you don't win the tie at all.
Oh.
But it's kind of interesting, guys. They took out the away goal rule and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be
Oh,
interesting
they
with
have,
that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
dude. Why did they take out the away goals?
yeah. I think that can be a separate segment. There's a lot to talk on it.
yeah.
I just overall, I think it was a long
Yeah.
time coming. They had to do it. So
No, that is true. I think for me, I think I'll go with let's say everyone has chosen Chelsea, so I'll go with PSG. And let's see, maybe.
you guys sleeping on Real with Mbappe going there?
Yeah, relax.
That
That's
hasn't been done yet, right?
yeah.
Mbappe is still part of
It's
PSG.
going to get done though. I think it's really close to getting done. Yeah.
If Mbappe gets to Real, I think Real is in with a shot. And Eden Hazard's like they're trying to sell Eden Hazard too. Why don't you get Eden Hazard and play him on the left?
Yeah. No, that is true.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
I
buy
So
Eden
think
Hazard as well.
so. Yeah, that is. I think we covered
That
almost
is all.
everything. Yeah.
Champions League
yeah, we
done.
should end we
Premier
should
League
end
games
this
done.
week's
Mm,
we should end this week's video by saying that Spurs are top of the league, Arsenal are 20th. It's
20th.
never
That
happened.
is that is that has never happened ever. So
Very
Oh,
often, but yeah.
yeah,
it's a good snapshot for Spurs fans as well.
that
Like
is true.
something to keep in memory. That's the only time they'll be first.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I think Sagar's like ready for his
I
Popper's meal.
I am not ready. I have 2 minutes left to close this meeting. So you need to wrap up now.
Sagar, we need to go and kick some ass on FIFA.
Yeah.
Division
Yeah.
2 is not ready for us.
Let's go. Go wrap up. Wrap up. I'm
Okay.
giving him his cue, but he's not taking it.
So so while Varun and Sagar they plan to play their FIFA, I hope you enjoyed our second episode for Football Freestyle. And until the international break gets done, we will see you in Football Freestyle episode 3 next weekend. Have a great Sunday, you all.